Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to Adventure Athletes Adventure Truck Build Physical Day 43. Finally made it down this journey and got the floor in. So yesterday's plan was to install shocks and then get the Lifeproof flooring laid in place. Here's how everything kind of turned out. So shocks are in place, and for some reason in mock-up I did not cut the holes large enough for where the shocks go down, and so that took a little bit to do some recutting and fitting here. But I got the shocks in, and then I noticed that this was real close on both sides, and I said, well, let me trim that up. So that took a little bit of the morning to knock some of that out. But got the shocks serviced, 125 psi of nitrogen in them, and then got those installed, and then started working on the Lifeproof flooring. Kind of set up the first panel, and I wanted to make sure we were kind of centered, that I could make it look symmetrical. So that's what I did. What did I learn from the process yesterday of installing the Lifeproof flooring? Well, the Lifeproof flooring, I watched a couple videos on it, and it's kind of got like a hook set up on one side and then on the other, so it kind of like physically snaps together to make a joint. So what they recommended to do was down here, where you start is to, you got one long board, and they say randomly cut another one, or symmetrically, whichever way you choose to do it. What I did not do and did not learn from is I should have cut those and then threw, well, you couldn't have thrown it away. I was going to say throw it away and use a side that's got two hooks. But you can see we kind of got a little gap right here in the seam. Not bad. I'm going to fill it with some silicone. But yeah, there was not another hook on the back side to cup that. I'm sure there's maybe a better way to do it. Another thing that they were saying is use a razor knife, and you kind of break it over and then cut the back side. I found that just using a regular jigsaw with a kind of an aggressive blade on it worked really well. And here's the jigsaw I used. It's a painted up Bosch, but you can see the blade on it's relatively aggressive, but it made for a better cut, in my opinion, than using the knife. And there was certain stuff over here that was kind of complex. Anytime you got to trim something like this, or around this, down over where the wires are coming out, and then this other panel on the other side is really complex. It's really hard to do that with a knife, so I recommend using a jigsaw. Another thing that I would do different if I were doing this again today is I use liquid nails subfloor, and I just put a couple little spots on each one. I would not buy the subflooring stuff. I would just go with the regular liquid nails. I used 4 liquid nail subflooring, and let me see if I can get this rotated. There we go. I would just buy this stuff, the liquid nails for projects. This works a lot better, sets up quicker, and if you don't need the wiggle time for it, not a big deal, But yeah, this panel right here was relatively complex to set up, and I did that through utilizing cardboard templates and tape. So still have a little bit to do. We're going to make a box inside of here, but I thought I would just get some of the flooring ran long and random, so it doesn't look like we're terminating in a weird spot. But kind of got her going. Everything is turning out nice. And today I'm starting right over here where the fuel cans are, and going to start, I shouldn't say my first sheet metaling, but the sheet metaling on the side. So we'll get through this project today. I am super worn out. I didn't finish last night till almost 6:30 on what I considered going to be an easy day. But yeah, I got through it, and I'm just going to work my way through it today. Temperatures are going to be about 101 with 35% humidity, so it's going to be another kind of crappy day again. But fan really helps, and I am in the shade, so start getting some of this sheet metal laid out. Once again, thank you guys all for the great comments and liking and subscribing. That's great. I thank you guys so much. I'm Tim Roble, and I'll catch you guys here next time.